All throughout the Bible, there are thousands of examples of God speaking to people and people being able to hear his voice. In Genesis, we see God having full-on conversations with Adam and Eve, which means that God being able to communicate with us was part of his perfect creation. It was part of his original design. A few pages later, we see God speaking to Moses through a burning bush. I don't know why a bush or why was it burning. You'll have to ask someone else. But anyway, we see God speaking to humans through angels, through a loud voice, through a whisper, through prophets, even through a donkey. This is the story. We have this guy called Balaam, and this is a prophet of God, and he was going somewhere where God really didn't want him to go. So he's riding his donkey, and the donkey sees an angel of God, and he gets scared and runs off the road. So the guy, Balaam, gets pretty angry and beats the donkey. But the Bible actually says, then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth and it spoke to Balaam, a donkey speaking. But stories about God speaking to people are not only exclusive to the Bible. In the 1400s, there was a war between the French and the English. The French were trying to drive the English army out of their territory. So there was this 13-year-old girl called Joan of Arc, and she said that she started to hear the voice of God asking her or telling her to lead France in war. By the age of 17, she led the French army into many victories against the English, saying that she was guided by the divine voice of God. Towards the end of her life, before she was going to be for heresy, they asked her, why was she the only one able to hear the voice of God? And she said, "Sir, you are wrong. God speaks to everyone. I just listen." So if we believe that the word of God is true and that God's original plan was to be able to communicate with humans and that God doesn't change, as it says in the book of Malachi, then we have to come to the conclusion that God is 100% speaking nowadays.